Good morning, everyone. This is our Group 6 reporters. The topic is the development. First topic is the nature and nurture, the enduring development issue. This is the learning outcomes of this topic. First is the developmental research techniques. Cross-sectional. This research compares people of different ages. Next, the longitudinal. This research traces the behavior of one or more participants. Lastly is the sequential. Research combines the two methods by examining several different ages at several points in time. The basic of genetics. Look at these figures. In the basic of genetics have a conception. The eggs egg cell and is the sperm cell. And after that conception, we create a 23 pairs of chromosomes. Then they have a DNA sequence and they create a genes. For earliest development of fetus, first is the zygote, the fertilized egg. Next is the embryo between the 2 and 8 weeks old after the conception. Next is the fetus between 8 weeks and birth. Lastly is the age of viability, about 22 weeks from conception. Nature and nurture. Nature refers to the hereditary factors. First, the pinoculturia is about cannot produce a enzyme. Sickle cell anemia is about the disease. It's named from the abnormally shaped red blood cell. Next is Tay-Sachs disease. They usually die at the age of 3 or 4 because of the body inability to break down fat. Next, the Down syndrome. One of the causes is the intellectual disability. For nurture, refer to environmental influence. This is influenced by the fetal growth, the mother nutrition, mother illness, mother use of drugs, and mother emotional state also. This affect the baby or fetus, and also the alcohol, so very dangerous to the fetal development. The next topic is the infancy and the childhood. This is the learning outcomes of this topic. First is the extraordinary newborn. There have our reflexes. The rooting reflex, sucking reflex, gag reflex, and baptizing key reflex. There have also a development of the scenes. Every newborn they can see object reasonable will take within 7 to inches of their eyes, although they have a limited capacity to see beyond that distance, although they also have a following moving objects, and they also show the beginnings of them perception, or like react by raising their hands. For infancy growth, middle childhood, about age of 12. They have a physical development. First is the rapid growth. Like in this figure, this newborn to 25 years, we can see that there have a changes of her physical development. Next, the social development. And they have attachment, the positive emotional bond between the child and caregiver, Ainsworth strain situations, and social relationship with peers. The child care outside the home. also part of the social event because social interact is corroborated by the work of some benefit of the child care out at the home, which important part of also have a four parenting style. First is the authoritarian parents are wicked and punitive parents. Permissive parents give the child relaxed or inconsistent directions, and although they are warm and require little of them. Next is the authoritative parents are firm and set limits of their children. Lastly is the uninvolved parents show little interest in their children. They have a Erikson theory of the psychosocial development. First is the trust versus mistrust stage. Next is the autonomy versus shame and dumb stage. Initiative versus guilt stage. Industry versus the inferiority stage. You have a cognitive development. This is by Paget's theory of cognitive development. This development is the process by which children's understanding of the world changes through their age and experience. As this the information process approaches. This suggests that cognitive changes occur in children's ability to organize and manipulate information about the world.
Alright, so our next topic is adolescence, becoming an adult. Next is the learning outcome. Next is the adolescence. The developmental stage between childhood and adulthood is marked by the onset of puberty, the point of which sexual maturity occurs. The age of which puberty begins has implications for the way people view themselves and the way others see them. Next is physical development, the changing adolescence, which is most traumatic change. You probably remember a physical like breast sa bae, then underarm, hair, then waist sa laki magtip. Next is the puberty. It's the period in which maturation of sexual organs. Next is the simple moral reasoning. Level 1, pre-conventional morality. Level 2, conventional morality. Level 3, post-conventional morality. Next is the social development Erikson theory of social development. According to Erikson model of sociological development, adolescence may be accompanied by an identity crisis. Adolescence is followed by the three more stages of social development that cover the remainder of the lifespan. Next is the adolescent suicide. As some experience usually several psychological problems, sometimes those problems become so extreme that adolescents take their own lives. So this is muli muli ang kuan sa survey sa muni ang survey mas high gyud ang family problem. Now, next, warning sign teenage problems, which is small problems of self-destructive behavior, loss of appetite, withdrawal from friends, sleeping problems, and etc. Sign of depression, fearfulness, and after life or what will happen if I die. Then, putting affairs in order, such as giving away prized possession or making arrangements for the care of a pet. The next is an explicit announcement of group suicide. The next topic is adulthood. Physical development or early adulthood peak of health or middle adulthood menopause for women. Adulthood marks the peak of physical health. Physical changes occur relatively gradually in men and women during adulthood. One major physical changes occur at the end of middle adulthood for women. For women, they begin a menopause after which they are no longer fertile. During middle adulthood, people typically experience a midlife transition in which the notion that life will end becomes more important. In some cases, this may lead to a midlife crisis, although the passage into middle age is typically relatively calm. As aging continues during middle adulthood, people realize in their 50s that their lives and among the important developmental milestones. Social development. Early adulthood focus on career, marriage, family, midlife transition, relatively come to terms with one's circumstances. Late adulthood acceptance of other and one's circumstances. How does the reality of late adulthood differ from the stereotypes about that period? Old age may bring more physical declines caused by genetic reprogramming or physical wear and tear. Although the activities of people in late adulthood are not all that different from those of younger people, adulthood experience declines in reaction time, sensory abilities, and physical stamina. Intellectual declines are not an inevitable part of aging. Although intelligence does stop with age, long-term memory abilities are some impaired. Marriage, children, divorce, people marry later in life than ever before. About half of all first marriage are end in divorce, many single parent household. In the typical fairy tale, a dashing young man and beautiful young woman marry, have children, and live happily ever after. However, that scenario does not match the realities of love and marriage in the 21st century. Today, it is just unlikely that the man and women would first live together, then get married and have children, but ultimately get divorced. At the same time, the average age at which marriage takes place is higher than any time since turn the last century. Growing old, late adulthood is physical changes, genetic reprogramming, aging theory, wear and tear aging theory. Cognitive changes is fluid intelligence declines, crystallized intelligence remains steady. Memory changes not inevitable or Alzheimer's disease schedulely inversible brain disorder that leads to a decline in cognitive abilities. Social world words, aiming at theory of aging, activity theory of aging. Late adulthood brings significant changes. People who have spent their adult lives working and then enter retirement bring about a major shift in the roles they fill. Moreover, many people must face the death of their spouse, especially if the marriage has been a long and good one. The death of a partner means the loss of a companion. Confident and lover, it can also bring about changes in economic well-being. Theory of this theory of aging is the theory that suggests that successful aging is characterized by a gradually withdrawal from the world of physical and physiological and social levels. Activity theory of aging is the theory that suggests that successful aging is characterized by maintaining the interests and activities of early stages of life.